Hello everyone, Sylvia here with Grace for a Gypsy. Welcome to the Genealogy Research Series. Have you ever wondered about your family history? Where did you come from? What is your story? Follow along with me in this Genealogy Research Series and learn how using vital records can help you with your family history journey. In this lesson, I will walk you through what vital records are available and where to find them. What are vital records? Genealogists and family historians are always searching for the detailed information that can be found in vital records. The key elements in every family tree are birth, marriage, and death information. Details found in these records include dates, places, and other information that's related to your person. Vital records are records that are kept about important life events. Vital records are kept under the authority of the government. They may be kept at local, state, or federal levels. The original record is always kept by the government office that is commissioned to hold them, but copies can be obtained, usually for a small fee. There are some restrictions on who can have access to some types of vital records. For instance, birth certificates usually have to be anywhere from 90 to 125 years old before they're released to the public. This rule exists to protect the privacy of living people. To request a birth record that's younger than the age required by the holding agency, you usually have to prove a first-degree relationship to the person whose record you are requesting. This includes a parent, a child, sibling, and sometimes grandparents. So where do we find vital records? The first place to look for a vital record is the governing agency that has custody of those records. Some of those agencies could include the Bureau of Vital Statistics, county clerk's offices, and health departments. If you're looking for older vitals for your ancestors, try doing a search online genealogy sites to see if they have indexed and digitized copies of those records. More and more records are being indexed every day, and lots can be found online. Some vital records are not so easy to find. Most states were not required to record and archive birth certificates until the 1900s. There were some states that kept vital records before that time, but many did not. But there are some ways to get around that. Back in the day, churches kept records of births, christenings, and marriages, and even death records. Not every church did, but many religious organizations kept really good records, and they were considered legal documents. So it's always a great idea to check out the churches that your ancestors may have attended to see if they have records that relate to your ancestors. Often these old records are even archived in local historical societies, libraries, and state archives. The next place to look for vital information is in family Bibles. Families recorded important events in the family Bible, and the details found in family Bibles were also considered legal in many instances. The first vital record that we will discuss is birth certificate. The birth records give us the starting place for information about our ancestors. A birth record is the very first record that relates to our ancestor and the most likely to be accurate. Every record needs to be checked for errors, but historically, the closer the record to the event that is recorded, the more accurate it is. Birth records can give us full names, dates of birth, and places of birth. They can also give us the child's parents' names and places of birth. Some states even list the number of children born to that mother. The next record in our list of vital records is the marriage record. Marriage records are plentiful online. Most courthouses also have many years of marriage records that are available to the public. They're kept in big books, usually in the county clerk's offices. Older records are sometimes sent to the state archives and have been indexed. Some are published in books or digitized online for viewing. There are 3 types of marriage records to look for: marriage bonds, marriage license applications, and marriage license. A marriage bond is a legal intent to marry, somewhat of an official engagement. It was like a contract from the groom declaring that he is a suitable provider for his bride and that there are no reasons why the marriage shouldn't take place. A bond was the amount of money to be paid by the groom if, for some reason, the marriage did not happen. Usually, the father of the bride signs as the bondsman or another relative of the bride. Marriage bonds were used in the U.S. until the mid to late 1800s. A marriage application usually has more detailed information included in it. The application is usually found at the clerk's office in the courthouse, or if it's very old, it may have been moved to the state archives. It contains information like the names and ages of the bride and groom, and sometimes the birth dates and places of birth. The marriage license application also includes information about previous marriages. It can include details about the parents of the couple to be married. The 3rd type of marriage record is the actual marriage license. The marriage license gives information about the bride and groom, like full names, ages, dates of birth, and places of birth, and the location or county that the marriage took place. The marriage license may include information about who performed the ceremony, such as a justice of the peace or clergy. It may also have the names of witnesses to the ceremony, which are often family members of the couple. The next type of vital record are death records. Death certificates are legal documents held by state governments that record personal details about the deceased, in addition to details about other family members such as parents. Death certificates sometimes include information about the informant. The informant is the person that gave the details about the deceased to be recorded on the death certificate. Informants are usually relatives, and sometimes they were even children. Death certificates also give the place of death, the date of death, and the cause of death. Another type of death record that is kept by the federal government is the Social Security Death Index, or SSDI. It includes information about people that have died since 1936 who had a Social Security number and whose death was reported to the Social Security office and whose family member applied for death benefits. Once an ancestor's name shows up on the SSDI, a request for your ancestor's Social Security card application can be made. The Social Security card application can be full of information that would be valuable from a genealogical standpoint. Not every vital record can be found for every ancestor, but there are millions of vital records that are indexed online, and a thorough search for vital records can produce some valuable details for your family history and get you started in the right direction for your family history journey. Stay tuned to the Genealogy Research Series for tips on how to start your family tree research. The series will explain the very first steps to take in your search. I'll teach you what records will help you learn about your ancestors and where to find them. So if you're interested in tracing your family tree and don't know where to begin, Or if you've been dabbling with genealogy a little bit and are ready to get serious about it, then stick around for lots of information to guide you on your journey. You can also follow this series over on my blog at Grace for a Gypsy, so stay tuned for more videos. If you enjoyed this series and like this video, then give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to receive notifications about upcoming videos, then click on the little bell and you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. Until next time, happy hunting!